Hello everyone, welcome to the modding video for Doom 1 Ultimate. Let's get our notes and folder open. In this video we will be setting up mods for Doom 1 Ultimate. We'll also be setting up mods for Doom 1, Sigil 1, and Sigil 2. This will also act as a conclusion to the Config and Tech video. Any links that are covered will be in the description of the video. Move our stuff down here. Mod, explanation, and download. I'll go over the few mods I will be using in Doom 1 Ultimate, Sigil 1, and Sigil 2. These mods are very straightforward and have no real setup. Note, if you are using WinRAR to open .rar and .zip files on your PC, you can associate the .pk3 and .pk7 files with WinRAR. This way you can open these files directly to look at their contents instead of having to rename them to .rar or .zip to access. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. So we're in our Doom 1 Ultimate folder. I've already got the mods in place here. So here, blood.pk3. If you right click on that file, you can go to open with, and then you can find WinRAR. It'll come up, or you can find it in your More Apps list. Go down and search for it, select it, and check the box. Always use this app to open .pk3 files. Then when you double click the file, it will just open it automatically. Otherwise it's going to be a nameless file and you'll have to rename it to .zip, and then you can open it in WinRAR then as a zip file or WinZip, whatever. But this is the best way. Associate these PK3s, PK7 files with WinRAR, and then you can open them up and look at them. So that out of the way, the first mod we're going to talk about here is the Upscales Texture and Sprites mod, and I will show you that over here in the mods folder. So that one is going to be this one here, and it will be called this. And of course, these links and everything you're seeing will all be in the description of the modding video and take you directly to it. This mod is on the doomworld.com website. But you'll download the zip. This mod upscales the textures and sprites 8 times in Doom 1 and Doom 2. And when you open it, this is what you will be presented with. I don't know why that's in there as well, but it is. Oh, it's because that's the PK3 file. So you can name this whatever you want, but whenever we put these in the modding list order of the gzdoom.ini file, the names just have to match. So you don't have to keep it at this name, which I didn't, in fact, if you look over here. I chose to rename it upscales.pk3. So there is that. Inside it really doesn't matter what's in it, because then you're looking at the PK3 file. But it's the files you need for it to work. But you want to keep it in the .pk3 file, and just drag it. Just drag this in over here and rename it accordingly to whatever you want it to be, which I will show you doing that. We're just discussing the explanation and download of these mods. So this mod, the upscale mod, this will also work with Sigil 1 and Sigil 2, as those games don't have any custom textures or sprites aside from the custom title screen artwork. The next mod here will be title screen, background, and logo. And this will be on my Google Drive, my personal Google Drive. It's just a higher quality background image and logo to match the Doom 1 Ultimate version. You've actually already seen this in the Config and Tech video in the in-game portion of that video. You would have already seen the background at the title screen, and you also see the title screen in the introduction video for this series, because that's what I used. And then the logo just says Doom Ultimate, the Ultimate Doom. So it's a higher res version of those things. And Sigil 1 and Sigil 2 both have custom backgrounds, which we will use. The logo adjustment will be present with all three games, or persist with all three games. I was going to make custom Sigil 1 and custom Sigil 2 logo images. However, Sigil isn't the game, Doom is. Sigil is an episode. I liked the uniformity of it, matching Doom 1 Ultimate in the logo, so I left it as that. Next mod will be a Black Gloves mod. This is on ModDB. Changes the default glove color from brown tan to black. I just think the black looks better, that's all. Next one is an alternative HUD on the ModDB. It may be a little over the top, but I like it. It provides a lot of nice information and looks cool. The Blood Effect mod that we briefly discussed in the Config and Tech in-game portion of the video where I showed the options. Yeah, please see my Config and Tech video for further information. In that video during the in-game configuration segment, I briefly cover this mod's settings there. Settings are accessed in the options menu of Doom 1. The mod gives you 5 levels of increased blood splatter when killing enemies. Level 1 is minimal, level 2 is normal, level 3 is Quentin Tarantino movie, level 4 is anime blood, and level 5 is geysers of blood. Level 1 is for suckers. Level 2 is normal blood splatter. Level 3 is as high as you want to go and what I recommend. And level 4 and 5 are too outrageous and have a weird blood cloud effect. So I recommend level 3, the Quentin Tarantino movie. The next mod is higher quality original sounds on ModDB. This mod is based on an older mod called Percussion High Res Doom Pack Sound Pack. This updated version says it improves the quality of all 107 sound effects. In my testing, they all sound good to me. This is also okay to use with Sigil 1 and Sigil 2, as those games don't have any custom sound effects. And then the next mod is higher quality original music. And this is on a Google Drive, not my Google Drive, but the modder who made this is Google Drive. This link comes right from PCGameWiki.com, so it's safe. Here's the description from there about the mod. Soundtrack for Doom, recorded on an authentic Roland SC55, the MIDI player for which the soundtrack was mixed. Choose either .ogg or .flac. .mp3 does not support proper looping, meaning when the game track tries to start over, it doesn't sound seamless. One link for this mod is dead, and the other link that does work gives you the .flac versions only, which work fine. These are like, supposed to be like lossless sound files where you don't lose any quality, but they're basically Well, it may not be true. Maybe the person that recorded the MIDIs from the Roland recorded it in a FLAC file initially. I don't know for sure. I'll upload this on my own Google Drive if the links die completely and I have to. So yeah, these are not modern cover versions. They are higher quality originals and keep the same vibe of the soundtrack. There are a few good heavy metal cover OST versions in mod form for Doom 1 and Doom 2 out there. I just don't have those mods anymore as I prefer the original sounding music. Please note, do not use this mod with Sigil 1 and Sigil 2. Those games both have custom MIDI soundtracks. Brutal Doom mod on moddb.com. I won't be using this mod, but I have used it before. Brutal Doom is pretty crazy and worth checking out, especially if you're looking for something far and beyond vanilla Doom. This mod works well in GZ Doom, from what I remember, and I think the Blood Splatter mod actually comes from or is included, I think it's at least included in Brutal Doom. Let me actually look back in the mod folder here. I wasn't showing you. Here's the Black Gloves mod. So it's literally just a WAD file. Okay. Here's the Blood mod. It's just a single file that you drag. We've already looked at this. This is the GZ Doom install mod. This is the HUD mod. And you have one for Classic, Smooth Doom, and Smooth Doom 64. This using GZ Doom would fall under using Classic Doom, so you want this file. If you're using a Smooth Doom mod, then you would use this alongside with it. But for our purposes, use the first one. Drag and drop that. I'll get into the drag and dropping because the next section is the installing, but I want to show you the mods here. The music mod, Doom SC55 FLAC. So this is a WAD for Doom 1 Ultimate only. Do not use this for Sigil 1 or Sigil 2. And this is a WAD file, and inside the WAD it just contains a bunch of FLAC replacements for the MIDIs. Sounds mod. It's called Doom Sound Bulb. But there's a legacy for older versions like Z. If you were using Z mod, you would want to use this. And I'm not sure what the extras is about. But this is what you want to drag this WAD into your Doom 1 Ultimate folder and also your Sigil 1 and Sigil 2. You can use this one. Title screen, I'll get into this. These are the custom pictures. So here's the Doom 1 Ultimate logo that I'm going to show you how to set up because it looks better than the original. The original doesn't say the Ultimate Doom, it just shows a blurry, lesser quality Doom logo. And then the background is just a higher quality version, and it'll be full screen. But a higher quality version of the background that says the Ultimate Doom. Okay. Upscales, I think we looked at that. And I said too that this can be used in Sigil 1 and Sigil 2. It's fine, just do not use the music mod in Sigil 1 and Sigil 2. And then this is the WAD extractor that we've already looked at. So that's the mods in their original form, okay? Not including Brutal Doom because I'm not using that. So mod installing. Okay, now let's look at these mods in their downloaded form. Then we will install them into GZ Doom for all 3 games. So this is what I was explaining to you here. So Black Glove is a WAD. Drag it into your Doom 1 Ultimate root folder, your Doom 1 Sigil 1 folder, and your Doom 2 Sigil folder. Blood mod, drag the PK3 in there. The HUD mod, drag this PK7 file in there. Music, Drag this WAD file only into Doom 1 Ultimates folder. Sound. Drag this file into all 3 games. Title screen. Yeah, go ahead and drag that into all 3 games. It won't stay there, but drag it there. I forgot to mention something, so I'm going to insert this back into the modding video. I didn't cover it. One of the mods, the title screen, background, and logo mod is not automatic and something that we loaded into the INI file. This is something that we just need to edit into the upscales mod that I've already showed you how to install. So this will be done really quickly, and you will need to do this. You will need to do this for each game, Doom 1 Ultimate and Sigil 1 and Sigil 2. So what you want to do is go into Doom 1 Ultimate's folder, find your upscales mod, and if you've associated it with WinRAR, then it will just open when you double click it. If not, it's not going to know what to do with it, so you'll need to rename it into a .zip and say yes. You will need to do that, and then you'll be able to open it, hopefully. I'm going to put it back to the PK3 file. So you open this upscales file, and I think I had you drag, I didn't do it, I had you drag the title screen, background, and logo files into your root folder of each game. So you should have it in here. m_doom title pick .png. They should be in here loose. I just forgot that I told you to put them in here. Okay, so let me show you. Let me actually show you what the originals look like, because my mod is already modded. So here's the original upscale mod. Inside filter, doom.doom1 high res menus. Here's the m_m PNG. So this is the picture you end up getting, the default, and it, you know, it's not great. That's the default. Let me close this again. I'll show you at the same time. Let's look at my replacement and what you'll have in your folder. Go to the same place. So here's the changed image. It's larger, obviously. You can see the resolution. Looks better. And it says the Ultimate Doom. So this will show in the title screen menu when you pause and when you start the game for Ultimate Doom, Sigil 1, and Sigil 2. We'll replace it for all 3, which is what we're going to do here. And then let me show you the other picture real quick, and then we will do the process. The other picture in here is filter, doom.doom1 high res menu. It's called title pick. So this is the default, and it does say the Ultimate Doom. It's just small, low res, you know, lesser quality, semi-stretched looking, but at least it does say the Ultimate Doom. And then we'll look at mine that's modified. You can see the difference, what you're going to get if you use this mod. So here's the difference. So a lot nicer, cleaner. The word the ultimate, the Doom, the ultimate is a little dark. I wish it was a little brighter, but this looks better, I think. They'll both fill the screen, but of course this has to get larger to fill the screen. But they all will fill the screen, aside from the fact that they, no matter what, will have black bars vertically on the sides, because these are meant to be 4:3 aspect. But the game, you know, will be full screen. So decide whether or not you want to use these or not. And if you do, here's how you will install those. You'll have those in each one of your folders. The MDoom and TitlePick MPGs, they should be in here. If they're not, you will get them from my mod that you download. The title screen, background, and logo mod from my Google Drive. The link will be in this description of the modding video. You'll open it up and you'll have both those pictures that I just showed you. The background and the title, or the logo. So all you need to do is have those accessible. Open up your upscale that's in your upscale mod that's in your Ultimate folder. Go to Filter, Doom.Doom1, High Res, Menus. The originals will already be in here. Okay. You'll highlight them out of this folder on this side. Drag and drop them over and update. So let me put them in here like they were in here. Okay. Highlight them, drag and drop. And then it'll be like, you sure you want to modify? Say yes. It'll replace just those. Close the upscales. Highlight the PNGs, delete them, and you're done. That's how you install. Now when you load up Doom Ultimate, you'll have the custom background and logo in your menu. And I will show you this for the other ones. So Sigil 1, you'll see what I got here. This is my modified version. So in Sigil 1, I also have this in here, which is what you'll see. I went ahead and drug these in here to the game just because, but these are not, and you don't technically have to do this for all three games. You do for the logo. You can do this and it won't hurt anything, but because of the load order of the upscale for both Sigil 1 and Sigil 2, of the upscale mod being loaded first, and then the WAD for the game being loaded second, the WAD will overwrite these backgrounds with the correct Sigil mod for Sigil 1 and Sigil 2, because they both have custom credits mod, or credit screens and title screens, and possibly ending screens. I think they might have custom screens. So we don't want to overwrite those because they're special and custom. They won't look as good as this because, you know, they're old school looking. But it's okay if you put it in here. Don't worry about it. So go ahead and do the same process. Actually, the easiest method, let me just think about it here before I tell you. Would everything, yeah. Here's the best method. Here is the absolute best method. Go into your Ultimate. Just fix up, whichever way you do it, just fix up one of the upscale mods, right? And Doom 1 Ultimate, whatever way you decide to do it. Get those two files drug into the upscales mod. Then just copy, Control C or right click copy. Copy the upscales mod and then back out, go to your Sigil 1 folder and paste and let it overwrite the upscale mod. And do that for Sigil 2 as well. That way you will apply the title screens and the logos at the same time. You won't have to go in and... That's the quicker way to do it. So do it that way. Okay? And that will give you the custom background and logos, and the gzdoom.ini mod load order for Sigil 1 and Sigil 2 will make sure that it doesn't actually use the wrong background. Upscales. Drag this into all three games. And then the WAD extractor has already been dealt with. And then now we will go look at these in our folder here. So we'll start with the first one, which is blood. So this is the blood mod. I just renamed it blood. These are the mods that are already loaded by GZDoom by default. Here's the upscales mod. I just called it upscales. HUD, I just called up HUD. Black gloves, I called black gloves. Music MIDI, there's the music MIDI mod, and then the sounds mod, and that covers all of them. So these are all the mods, and I would recommend that you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 label these all like I did. That would be the easiest way to do it. Okay, so that's that segment. The next thing we're going to do here is mods configuration. So I'm going to need you to go to your C users. Not having good luck here with that. There's C users, your username, documents, my games, C or GZDoom folder. Did I skip ahead too far? No. Okay. Now that we have all the mods installed and named correctly in the root folder of all 3 games, see, I'll show you here in Sigil 1 and Sigil 2 as well. All the same mods here, except the difference is that the music mod is not here. That's the only difference. Obviously this is not going to be here by default, but we already put these in. So these are already supposed to be in here from the config and tech video. But this does, and the Doom 1, I don't know if I mentioned it, the Doom 1.wad and all of these games get loaded by default by GZDoom. But when we make the modding function here, we do have to tell the game to load the Sigil mod. And Sigil 2, the same thing. Same exact thing here, except it has its own unique Sigil 2 mod. Oops. Okay, so now that we have all the mods installed and named correctly in the root folder of all 3 games, we'll go back to the main gzdoom.ini file and put the mods in the right load order for all 3 games. So go to the path listed above to edit the gzdoom.ini file. And the easiest way to do this is go into Doom 1 Ultimate, go to GZDoom settings folder we made, and go to your settings location. This will take you to the shortcut where your master file or your main file is. Okay. Now I need you to make 3 copies of the gzdoom.ini file that is already in here, this one that's highlighted. Name each one to match with the correct game as is shown, which is these. We need to edit each one of these 3 copies so we can specify the mods we want to use and their load priority for each game. My copies are already configured for this, so let's take a look at them now. So go ahead and name them this right now to start with. So I'm going to show you that segment. So you need to open up your file, your GZDoom file. Go ahead and open it. And then that file is going to become your Doom 1 Ultimate here. So all you need to do in your current file is come to this section of your file, Doom Autoload, and if you're using all of the mods that I'm using, write this in here. It needs to say path equals, and this is the order that you need to put them in. The upscales mod needs to list first, because in this situation here, if you put black gloves up here first, and then the game loaded, you'll load the black gloves, but then you'll load the upscale textures mod, which has the normal tan gloves in it, but upscaled. And those will overwrite your black gloves. So you need to put the upscale mod first, So the game will load everything from that, and then when it sees the black glove mod, it will override the upscale because the upscale is tan. We want black. Then you'll load the HUD mod, then you'll load the blood mod, then the sound upgrade mod, or the sound high quality sounds mod, and then the high quality music MIDI mod. Okay, so you need to do it in this order. Don't just throw these in here randomly. It's by priority of which is listed first. And that's all you need to do there. Save it and exit. Now you've just created your Doom 1 Ultimate gzdoom.ini master config file. Now open up this file. Because this right here, what this contains, the gzdoom.ini is the main file that you're running every time you run the gzdoom.exe. We're making separate files based on modified settings, but this gzdoom.ini file that's highlighted here is the one we've totally configured for Doom's settings and gzdoom settings. Now we're just applying the modding settings for the differences. So now you're going to see the difference. Open up your Doom 1 Sigil 1, go to the same place here, and you're going to have nothing under here. It's just going to be, it's going to look like that, right? So put in everything here as it's listed the same way. Except this time you don't have the music mod because we want to use the custom music that there isn't a upgrade for in Sigil. But what you need to do after the upscales thing here is you need to make sure that you put in the path to the Sigil 1 version 1.21.wad so that it gets loaded in first, and then everything else will follow after. The black gloves, the HUD, the blood mod, and the sounds. And then save it, close it. Do the same thing with Sigil 2. Open it up, go down. Everything's going to be the same as Sigil 2 was, including no music mod like there is. I'll show you here in the Ultimate Doom 1. See, you don't have this in there. But this will be the same as Sigil 1 is, except you need to put the correct WAD so that it loads Sigil 2, Sigil 2 version 1.wad. Upscales first, then the WAD, then the gloves, the HUD, the blood, and the sounds. Okay, save it. Now you have 3 master files for each game. And like I said, we needed to edit each one of these 3 copies so that we can specify the mods we wanted to use and their load priority for each game. The copies are already configured for this, my copies, which is what I did. So with this done, the gzdoom.ini files are properly configured for all 3 games. And we'll go to the last little section here. gzdoom backup gzdoom.ini. We'll now back up all 3 of these .ini files so they can be used later. These will become the master gzdoom.ini files for each game. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do this, and we're going to follow what I wrote here because I said follow below. I can just keep this there. So we'll start here. So Doom 1 Ultimate. Copy the gzdoom Doom 1 Ultimate ini right here that we made. Copy that however you want to copy it. Control C or right click copy. And then you want to go back. We were just there. You want to go to your Doom 1 Ultimate folder, gzdoom-settings folder, this one here. So now you're back in here where you have the shortcut to where we just were, and this file is in here. Did I not tell you to do that? No, not yet. Okay, it's fine. Getting ahead of myself. So I'm telling you to go back into here, into the Doom 1 Ultimate folder, gzdoom settings folder, where you have the settings location link to get back to the gzdoom.ini file. Now paste that copied gzdoom dash doom1 dash ultimate.1.ini here. So paste it. Now rename this file to just gzdoom.ini. So go in here and take all this other stuff away. Okay. Just like that. If you go back and look at your settings location where the main file is that the game reads, this one is still in here. It's named the same thing, right? But this is your special version that you've made to work with Doom 1 Ultimate. Now you need to do this for the other game, Sigil 1 and Sigil 2. So go in here, highlight Sigil 1, copy, back out completely until you get to your Sigil 1 folder. Go to GZDoom settings and then paste it and rename it back to gzdoom.ini. Go back, highlight Sigil 2, copy, go back, go to Sigil 2's main root folder in your Doom folder, go to GZDoom settings, paste, and erase so that it's labeled appropriately to just gzdoom.ini. Okay, so now you've done that 3 times here. Now go back to your Doom 1 Ultimate folder, right? And then the GZDoom settings folder. And then you actually need to go to settings folder. I didn't put that in there. Let's go ahead and write that just for the sake. Open your settings location shortcut folder. So open that back up. And I need you to delete all 4 .ini files that are in there. The 3 that you've copied now into their own folders and renamed back to gzdoom.ini. And I need you to delete the original, okay? This won't be in here anymore anyway, or at all. It won't be in your stuff anyway. I put that in there to help me remember to show you a setting in the Config and Tech video. So just ignore this. But delete all of these INIs, okay? They're gone. It's okay because we have backed up everything now, okay? This is the next area. So we've backed up the gzdoom.ini for Doom 1 Ultimate Sigil 1, Doom 1 Sigil 1, and Doom 1 Sigil 2. Now Doom root folder backup. Once you have Doom 1 Ultimate Sigil 1 and Sigil 2 all working and you're happy, I recommend you back up your entire Doom root folder, which would be back here, where you have all of them installed. Here. Don't worry about the folder structure example. That was something I used in the Config and Tech video as well. Just these. So we're going to back up all of this now. And like I said, I would recommend you do this on an external drive or to a USB stick. That way you have... That way you always have copies in case you mess up or lose your originals or whatever. So go to the previous directory from here, so you'd be in your main Doom folder. Copy that whole folder or what's in this folder and back it up somewhere off of your current computer. Then you'll have everything backed up. Okay, and this is the last little section here before we complete all the precursor videos for Doom 1. Okay, so this is GZDoom applying the gzdoom1.ini finally that we've made, backed up, and completed. With all that done, now all you have to do is decide which game you want to play. So for example, say you wanted to play Doom 1 Sigil 1. Go to your Doom 1 Sigil 1 root folder, this one. go to the gzdoom settings folder in there, copy and paste the gzdoom.ini file into the settings location folder shortcut. You can accomplish that by right-click and dragging and letting go, and it will make a copy. Or, you can right-click, copy, go to it, and paste it. Like I say, though, make sure you copy and don't just move the file, or you will lose your original. Because if you left and just drag it, actually that's not true. That is perfectly fine, because it's a shortcut folder. If it was a real folder, then it would move it completely. So you are free to do that. Just drag the gzdoom1.ini file from your Sigil1 folder, because that's the example we're using. Drag that into your settings location. And if you already had one in there, which you would, but I've told you to delete it, but you will later when you want to play something else, it'll be like, are you sure you want to delete this? And say yes, because you will have backups of all of these. So drag that in there. Now gzdoom is set up to look at this folder, which is, or this file, which is configured for Doom normally and everything, but it also has the mod configuration load-ups for using the mods and the sigil, and getting sigil to even load automatically anyway with the WAD. Yeah, so now once that INI is in there and you go back to the root folder of Sigil1, now you run the gzdoom.ini in the Doom 1 Sigil1 root folder. All the settings we configured in the config and tech video should be applied, as well as the mods that we set up to be loaded. Just do this process based on whether you want to play Doom 1 Ultimate, Sigil 1, or Sigil 2. In the future, when we get to Doom 2, we will be applying the same methods as what we've done here. So I'll show you another example. So you got Sigil 1 set up to play now. So technically, no matter what, if you're in this Ultimate, Doom 1 Ultimate folder and you run this, it's still going to run Sigil 1 because it's looking at that INI file. But say now you want to play Doom 1 Ultimate instead. So go into your Doom 1 Ultimate folder, go into your gzdoom settings, drag the gzdoom.ini into the folder. It's going to be like, are you sure you want to replace it? Because now you're replacing that file for Sigil 1. You say yes. You go in there and it's in there. But then you still have your backup of Ultimate 1 here. And if you look back at your Sigil 1, you still have it in here too as your backup, and you didn't lose it because it copies it every time you drag it in. So that's essentially how you swap between the three games you want to play. And when you set up, once we get to Doom 2, or if you do this now on your own, but when we get to Doom 2 and everything, I'll set all that up the same way. You just alternate. You'll keep gzdoom configured with that single gzdoom.ini, but you're just moving it between folders basically based on the game you want to play at the time. I hope you enjoyed the information and the video. In the next video, we'll be getting into the gameplay segment of Doom 1 Ultimate, and then once we complete that, we'll transition right into Doom 1 Sigil 1, and then we'll transition from that right into Doom 1 Sigil 2. So thank you very much for watching and listening. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.